Hey, Esther. Oh, fine, sir.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you leave the dental chair? Where do the instruments go? Does the room get clean? And if the rooms do get clean, how do they get clean? There are 3 steps that you must remember when disinfecting a room. Appropriate PPE, disposal of all trash, and disinfecting the room properly. It's very important that these steps must be followed to the T because you do not want to risk any cross-contamination. The first most important point in properly disinfecting a room is appropriate PPE. PPE is an acronym for personal protection equipment. It's very important when it comes to working in the medical field and the personal protective equipment that should be worn when disinfecting in a dental office. A lab coat is the first thing that you need to make sure that you have. Ohio's risk and safety list that a lab coat protects your skin from any bloodborne pathogens and also helps you from spreading any type of contaminant whenever you go home. And a lot of times, a lot of lab coats are flame resistant. The next PPE that you should wear is a face mask. How it should be worn. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration states that a face mask is meant to help protect your mouth and your face from any type of splashes or any particles that can be transferred from patient to assistant or even assistant to patient. It also helps protect from any airborne contaminants. The next PPE that should be worn are safety glasses. Safety glasses are a form of protective wear that prevents particles, water, or chemicals from splashing into your eyes. The next protective equipment that you should wear are gloves. Gloves protect your hands when coming into contact with gloves protect your hands before when coming into direct contact with any type of bloodborne pathogens, oral tissue, instruments, or any equipment that may be soiled in saliva or blood. This leads me to my next point. Before disposing your gloves after a dental procedure is completed, you need to make sure that you dispose of all the trash first. Removing all the debris from the room before disinfecting the room is very important so that you can make sure that you're not actually moving around trash while you're actually trying to clean the room. Ideally, after a room has been completed after a dental procedure and you have all of your PPE on, the next is removing all the debris. Removing all the debris makes it easier for you to clean up the room. This debris could be headrest covers, barrier tapes, suctions, any soiled gauze, things like that. Gathering all the debris before disposing of it first is going to lead you down the right path of properly disinfecting the room. So now that you have all your PPE on and you've disposed of all the trash, what next? Disinfecting the room. When disinfecting the room, you must first make sure that you have some form of disinfectant wipes, such as Cavicide wipes or any other state-approved disinfectant wipes. When I'm disinfecting a room, I first wipe the patient chair, then I wipe the doctor's chair, then anything else that could have came into direct contact with any type of bloodborne pathogens. Once this is complete, allow 3 to 5 minutes to dry. Then you can rebarrier the room and see your next patient. So if you remember the most important question that I asked at the beginning of this speech, it was, how do dental operatories get cleaned? To answer that question, you must first make sure that you're wearing all the appropriate PPE, you've disposed of all the trash, and finally, make sure that make sure that you disinfect the room with appropriate disinfectant wipes. These are steps that are going to make sure that you are actually disinfecting the room properly and you're not risking any patient or cross-contamination.